everybody, it's Amanda Johnson here, Scentsy Superstar Director for Team Kickin Wicks, and I've got yet another fun craft for you today to give you another business tool that I think is really fun and could be a really great booking tool or just overall sales tool. And as with all of our crafts here on the Kickin Wicks training camps, nothing is hard. Everything is easy, and we like to offer you guys ideas on ways to build your business with crafts that are going to be easy for anybody to do, even if you aren't super crafty. So if you are super crafty, you might find a really fun way to kind of spruce these up a little bit, but we like to show just the basic idea because we know you guys are clever enough to take it from there. So today I'm going to show you a really simple, again, craft that's going to be great for so many different things. And the great thing about it is you have so much flexibility on exactly what you do with it. So you're probably looking at your list of items you need here thinking, good Lord, what is that woman doing? What could she possibly need with all of that or do with all of those things? So let's just go ahead and go over them and then I'll explain. First, you're going to need a foam brush. If you go to any kind of craft store, these are very inexpensive. I know Michael's will have them 10 for $1. Walmart has them very cheaply. And then you will need metallic paint. This is metallic silver paint. You probably could use any acrylic paint, but for this project I wanted to look authentic, and so I'm using the metallic silver. And then you need dishwashing solution, dish soap. Whatever brand you choose. Again, $1 here. This was $1. These were 10 for $1. So far, we're really expensive. We're expensive, aren't we? And then you need contact paper. Now, this is an off-brand. This is not. This is actually transparent paper. Bought this at Dollar Tree for $1. So we are in this project. Let's see, $3 bucks. You know, plus tax. Well, yeah, $3.50 after tax for this entire project, and you could make a ton of these things. So what are we making? Well, we are going to make our own scratch off cards. Isn't that so fun? I love things that are attention getting with our customers. It is really hard to catch a customer's attention sometimes, and so we saw this idea and we loved it, and so we jumped on it. And I'm going to show you how you can make your very own. Okay, so I'm going to show you first the other thing you will need that I don't have listed here. Well, I do, postcards. So there are two different options. If you want to be simple and it's something you have at home right now, if you've got all this sitting at home, grab an index card. Okay, that's what I did here when I was doing my first practice one. Oh, there we go. This was just my first practice one, so I just kind of wanted to see how it was going to work. And then I stepped up to my Scentsy thank you cards that I ordered from the family store. So this is going to be a thank you gift. I'm going to use this when somebody orders. I'll put this in their bag, or if they book a party or whatever it might be. Now, remember, if you're a Scentsy consultant, you want to remain compliant, and the way to do that is that you're not going to advertise these on any kind of online thing. You can't say if you buy this, you're going to get one of these special cards. You can't say anything like that. You have to be very clever to stay within compliance. So think about those. Be sure you know what the rules are, and before you use these in your own business. So anyway, I use my Scentsy thank you cards. Like I said, this is going to be an extra treat for whatever I decide that day. And then on the back side of the postcard, see that glare of that awesome light, I have kind of just it up a little bit and then added my little thing here. So let's talk about what's going on here, and then I'll tell you how to do the scratch off part. Over on this side, I just said scratch to see if you're a winner. If depending on what you're using the scratch off for, you can change up your wording, make it say whatever makes your heart happy. And it doesn't have to be exactly this. This was just, like I said, I was just trying to make sure that this idea was going to work. And so this was just what I came up with really quickly. Of course, you always want to label everything. So I've got my label there on the very top. I got a scent of the month sticker. Again, you've learned in past videos, it doesn't always have to be a current scent. It's okay for it to be a past scent, because they can, when your customers call you and they say, hey, what scent was on that card? And you'll be like, you know, I'm not sure, but let me get a basket of testers to you and let you smell everything we have and see what you find. So it's a great way to possibly book a basket party or do a home party. Okay, and then this little section, and then underneath this little section, you're gonna write what you're offering. So it could be a free scent circle with a purchase. It could be 10% off your order. It could be whatever makes your heart happy, makes your customer's heart happy. But you're gonna write that on the postcard itself, on the paper, before you continue to the next steps. So again, just make sure whatever you're doing that you're saying it within compliance, you're not advertising these online, and that you're, anytime you're giving them out, that you're handing them to your customers or sending them by mail. Just no public forums. So now let's talk about how we did this little section here, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your contact paper and you are going to cut out a square of however big your area is. So on this area, you know, just kind of eyeballed it and cut out a piece that was about the size that I wanted to cover. Now, what I did is I actually wrote what I wanted down first and then cut out my contact paper, so I was sure that I covered all of my writing, because it needs to be hidden underneath our scratch off, right? So I did that, and then just set that to the side. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna mix up your solution, which is gonna become your scratch off material, okay? So on a foam plate or in a bowl or whatever you have handy, you're going to do 1 part paint to 1 part dish soap. So if you're not familiar with those terms, basically if you use a teaspoon of dish soap, use a teaspoon of paint. It has to be a 1-to-1. If you use a tablespoon of this, use a tablespoon of this. It has to just be the same on each of them, so that way you get the right consistency and it's going to work correctly once you apply it to your card. So you're going to put those 2 things together in a plate or a bowl and mix it up really well with your foam brush until it's really well and combined. Then you're going to take your paint and you're gonna lightly cover over, oh, pause. No, I skipped a step. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're first going to take your contact paper square, peel it from the backing, and place it very carefully over your writing, okay? So again, before you paint anything, put your square over your writing, okay? Now you're gonna take your mixture of your dish soap and your paint, and you're gonna very lightly go over your contact paper that is covering your wording, okay? If you put it directly onto the card, it's not gonna do anything. It needs to be on the contact paper. Set it to the side, move on to the next one. You know, I'd recommend you just taking an afternoon or taking about a half-hour and just knocking out as many of these as you can, just so you have them ready and they're done. Do 1 coat, move on to the next one. Once this coat dries, you need to do a second coat. Set it to the side, move on to the next one. So if you can see, if you're gonna do a big group at a time, by the time you get to your last one, it'll be time to put the coat onto the first one again. This, as you see here, is with 3 coats. So with 3 coats, I can't see what's underneath it at all. And of course I know my light is glaring wonderfully off my silver metallic paint, but I can't see anything underneath here. And so it is ready to go. So I'm gonna let that dry completely, and then I am ready and armed with a really great booking tool or a gift for a customer or a hostess. And these would be really good at a party, so you could have a handful of these when you go to a party and say, okay, the first 3 people to bring me their order and pay are gonna get one of these special cards, and they're gonna get to whatever prize is inside. Or you could have a bunch of them and say, everyone who brings me an order tonight is gonna get one of these cards, and whatever's underneath it, you're gonna get when your order comes in. And in that case, you may do scent circles, use your perpetual reward to get those half price. You might use, you know, old testers and say you're gonna get a collection of discontinued testers that they could pop the wax out and warm in their warmers. Whatever you want to do, you get to choose. So I just thought that was a really fun idea. Like I said, I used my Scentsy thank you cards. If you are on a budget and don't want to order the thank you cards, go grab some really colorful postcards, index cards, or whatever is within your budget, okay? We're not out to spend a bunch of money to make money. We want to be frugal. We want to be smart about what we're doing, but don't let not being able to order these hold you back from making this awesome project. So again, if you have any questions about any of our crafts or anything we do here at the Kickin Wicks. Sorry, it looks like we had a little hiccup in our editing room there, but if you do have any questions, just be sure and post below and we'll answer them. And we hope you enjoyed this craft.